Hello, how may I
We're
help you?
Hey,
Habibi, look,
a
my hangover ain't working like
100%
it's supposed to. You
Black-owned
got any of them
company
sex pills?
May I
with
randomly
an
suggest one
all-natural
of these
product
generic products?
and
You should
world-class
take the A
customer
game, little bro.
service.
Bling bling for the ding ding.
We're
You
headquartered in
shouldn't be taking that
California,
poison, little bro. Here,
and
try
we
one of mine.
Yes,
manufacture,
right.
A game will make a girl give you her
package,
credit
and
card now.
ship
It's very true.
right here
Plus,
in the
it's an
United
all-natural
States.
solution for men. Not like these
We
gas
ship
station
to
pills
more
gonna
than
make your manhood shrivel up and
125
fall out.
distributors
Oh my golly, he's right.
worldwide.
A-game is an all-natural
Normal
solution for men.
processing
And you take
is
it
2
and
to
it
3
gives you
days,
energy and
and we
libido
employ
and your
virtual
vitality
tracking
will be out the
until our
roof.
I feel
product
it
is
kicking in already.
received.
I'm gonna go home and show
So,
my girl.
no matter where
but
you
don't
are in the
forget to
world,
drink
here
16
we
to 32
come,
ounces of water.
and we're bringing
Hey,
your
baby.
A-game.
Ooh, look who brought their A game.
And that A.
Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello. Sorry about the overlap, you guys. My apologies. Good afternoon to everybody. We gotta talk about good women today, and whether or not they are valuable or not in reality. Whether or not good women are actually valuable, or are they just as worthless as the so-called bad ones? Hey C, hey everybody. Thank you, Kendra. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Okay, so I want to talk about a clip that's sort of kind of, hey Micah, long time no see, that almost, I don't want to say it triggered me, but I did want to comment on it. I did want to comment on it. Because I think a lot of times what good women all do, what we do, can easily be overlooked. It can easily be devalued. It can easily be just sort of dismissed. Just sort of dismissed. And this is one reason why I never was the type of person to be like, I don't need a man, right? Because what I understand is that people need to be needed. Everybody, men and women. Men and women need to be needed. Only children need to be wanted. Children need to be wanted. Men and women need to be needed. And there's a difference. So I've never been one to say or advocate saying, oh, I don't need a man, because that's a silly statement. It's a statement that doesn't have any merit, and it's patently false. It's patently false. Women always have a need for men. Even men need other men. The men that don't build infrastructure need the ones that do. If that makes sense. So there's a clip of the Lapeef Network. Shout out to JR and the entire panel on the Lapeef Network. I really enjoy you guys' discussions. But I'm going to show you a clip of a clip. And it was a conversation between Anton and Rilla. And basically they were discussing what the value of women were, whether or not women were necessary or not. If you understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to share my screen here. And we're going to start right here. Thank you, Micah. And you guys should be able to see it properly. But I'm going to start right here.
The woman makes your house a home.
Well, I didn't because I'm not looking at the fucking chat, bro. No. Let's make something clear.
Okay, my bad. There is a little bit of language here. I know that we don't have that language on the channel, but there's a little bit of language in this clip. So if you're sensitive to it or there are children around, you might want to mute it or what have you. Okay?
You stay out of the chat and you have a conversation.
I'm not even in the chat.
Listen,
I know the chat. I'm saying, I know you're going to hit me with, I'm the C student, blah, blah, blah. I know
what are you talking about? I said, stay out the chat. I don't understand what that means to make a house a home. Can you make that clear? You reference in the chat. Just explain it. Let's just have a conversation between me and you.
I know. That's why I said, are we going at my pace or your pace? So if we going at your pace, then you could go ahead and cook. But if we going at my pace, clearly, when a woman comes to your home as a bachelor, right? There are things that she looks for. She looks for what, and so because you like to boil it down like, well, so what? You just need a maid? You just need somebody to cook for you? I could hire a chef for that. I could do DoorDash. DoorDash ain't putting love in that food, bro. DoorDash is not sitting up there thinking about your diabetes or your trajectory for diabetes or your caloric intake. DoorDash not thinking about that. Your wife is the one that sits up there, look at you and say, yo, babe, you need to go to the doctor. She's the one that pushes you, right? She's the one that comes in, and she's not just an interior decorator. She adds the feels and the vibes to the home. She's the one that burns the candles, or, you know what, it doesn't look quite this, it doesn't look as good. She's the one that says, you know what, babe, we need to host a dinner party. You need to have people over. I know. So airtime. Listen, bro.
Bro, my mom tell me I need to go to the doctor.
I hear you. I'm cool on that.
I don't need a fucking woman to tell me I need to go to the doctor, bro.
Well, your mom is a woman. Okay.
Cool. Nice.
So wait.
My homeboy told me I can go to the doctor.
So since you know more, because this typically happens.
I do.
You know more than all of us, bro. So break it down.
No. Don't start deflecting. I know more than you about this. This is me and you. This ain't got no all of us. This is me and you. Go ahead.
Okay. So cool. Let's keep it here. Since you're not understanding when I say the woman makes your house a home, tell me exactly what are you not understanding? Even with what I just laid out, what are you missing?
Because all of that stuff that you just said, aside from the interior decoration, is you being a basic fucking human. It's the same thing that we say and we put on women when we say, yo, you don't get credit of being able to go to work every day and having a career. You got to fucking feed yourself. You got to have, like, you don't get credit for taking care of yourself and putting a roof over your head. That's what normal humans do. Every man should be able to clean. Every man should go to the doctor. And
you realize I'm letting this play because if I keep stopping it, we'll never get through it, and it's only a couple of minutes. So we only got just about a half a minute or less.
Possibly not get lifetime ailments. Like, that's not, I don't need a wife for that. That's not a requirement. When I say, what's the requirement? Oh, you don't want to talk. You don't want me to let me talk no more, huh?
Oh.
Okay, cool. When I say that, what is it that men require in order for a woman to come in and change the dynamics of what he needs? Because every guy is saying, I need a woman to do this. Or if you're going to be, okay, you didn't say anything that was a need or a requirement that men should not be able to do on their own. I know how to do my own dishes. I know how to cook my own food. I know how to wash my own clothes. I know how to do all of that. What she does is a nice to have. That's not something that I require from a woman in order to be able to thrive as a man at all. That's stuff that you should be able to do on your fucking own. Go to the doctor. I don't need no woman to tell me to go to the doctor. What are you talking about, bro? Oh, she put some extra spices in the food.
Okay. So that was that. That was that. Okay. So let me come back to you guys. So thank you. Let me go back to the super chats that I missed. Thank you, Micah. Said much love and respect to the First Lady of the Black Manosphere. Salute. Thank you. Thank you, Barry. Said good evening, peace and blessings to you. Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Kareem. Thank you, Work Time. And thank you, Adrian King. Okay. So I thought that clip was very interesting. And the reason that I thought that clip was so interesting is because, and shout out to Anton. I love you, Anton, but I gotta call Cap. I gotta call Cap because he's constantly talking about his wife, Sharita, and all of the value that she adds to him. All of the things that she does for him, both tangibly and intangibly. He's constantly, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not even calling it out in a bad way. I'm just saying this is, we know Anton for that. For all the things that he talks about. He talks about his businesses. He talks about his finances. He talks about how he lives his life. And he also always talks about his marriage. And how good it is because of who Rita is to him and what she is to him. Okay? And everything that he just got through talking about, he don't know what it is, Rita does for him because he says she does it. The enhancement of his life, he attributes to her. And one of the things that always kind of strikes me with these kinds of conversations is we can say that good women add value and in the same breath say that it's not much. It's not much. I can actually do without that. I can actually do without that. And I think what we miss is the difference between surviving and thriving. I think we miss that part. We miss that there's a difference between survival and thriving. Can a man cook something for himself? Can he clean the house? Can he wash some clothes? Can he bust some suds? I mean, yeah. Sure he can. Thank you, Darrell. Sure he can. Sure he can do that. I mean, he's a functional human being. Nobody said that he wasn't able to do it. But on the same token, can an able-bodied woman go to work, pay a bill, flick a switch, pay a rent? Sure. Sure they can. I've been doing it last 4 years since my husband passed. Duh. Because I'm an able-bodied, functioning, sane, adult human being. And I can do that. The other thing that we do, or that we tend to say, is when we talk about a woman, what she does, we often say only the external activities. Right? We only talk about cooking, cleaning, things of that nature. The thing that we need to understand is that what women do, what actual femininity does as a complement to men, is largely intangible, and its expression is intangible. Do we get that so far? Oh, I owe y'all a dance. Thank you, Norrin. Bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button. Bam, bam. You gotta Thank you, King Jason, just coming through to show some love. So hit the like button, family. Thank you so much. It's easy to overlook what feminine, good women actually do. And because it's intangible and men have a tendency to think of things externally, because that's how he's living his life, the internal things that women do have a tendency to be less important on its face to him. Would we agree? Would we agree on that? Because women are not valued for external things. Thank you, Snuggle. So your sound is slightly messed up. Just ahead. What's going on with the sound? Is anybody else having an issue with my sound? Put a 1 in the chat if you hear me clearly. Put a 2 if there's problems. Occasional static. I can't hear it. My apologies. So anyway, thank you, Westy and Casey. So I swear we masking black men love you so much. I wish you and Shamika Michelle would link up so bad. Love from Louisville. Thank you so much. So now, here's the thing. Men don't value women for external things, right? Men don't value women for resource gathering. Men don't value women for the 4 P's, right? Men don't value women for this. He's not looking for her provision. He's not looking for her problem solving. He's not looking for her protection, not at least not physically or externally, right? He's not looking for that. And the only thing that he is looking for her for really is the procreation part. But he's not looking to her to solve his problems. He's not looking for her to feed him and make sure he gets, the necessities of life. If there's a bump in the night, he's not feeling some type of way if she didn't jump in front. Right? Okay. And that's cool. That's cool. He needs her for the procreation, and that's fine. But what I don't think we really deal with is that if men don't value women for the external, then he's got to be valuing her for the internal. Because there are only 2 things. There are only 2 sides of the coin. The internal or the external. Women value men for the external things. Men value women for the internal things. But internal things are also intangible. It's not something you can see or touch or smell. So when Rilla was talking about make a house a home, he was talking about feminine energy. Now, he articulated it in a way of how women express that usually. So like if you get married and your man, you move into your husband's house, he been living there by himself. It's a man house. It's a man house. And we know what that means. We know what's a man house. He got that brown leather couch that look like it need to be in an office. Do you understand me? His dining table consists of bar stools pulled up at the countertop. Okay? In the bathroom, he got the basic shower curtain. If it's not a door, if he need a shower curtain, it's basic. It's probably black and white with them little squares on it. That's when he was trying to be fancy. Okay? He got a little rug just because you needed some kind of little rug right there. He ain't got it did up. I mean, it's functional. It's functional. You go in his bedroom. He got some covers on there. Some covers on the bed. Now, whether or not, he got a duvet set, that's questionable. Thank you again, Norrin. But, it's a pillow on there. He got a little cover on there. Whatever. Because he's not nesting in his house. He's not nesting in his house. The house he pay bills on and pay for, men are not nesting in that house. He got other stuff to do. As long as he comes in and that house is functional to him, most men, he not really thinking about the decor. Now, some men got a little bit more flair and style to it. So they will put a little bit more effort into the way that it look. But a lot of men, it's functional. It look fine to him. Is it clean? Do it function? Do it contain the stuff he want in there or need in there? Yes. Yeah, it does. It actually does. Thank you, Red Stick. So I can honestly say a good woman definitely adds value to any man. And speaking for me, I want them 4 P's. As long as she's in her feminine energy, I prefer all that there. So there's a lot of men that's like, okay, it's got in it what I'm comfortable when I go in there. I'm comfortable. Okay? Now you move into your husband and he comfortable. But it is a man's house. He actually gonna look at you funny. He gonna look at you funny if it stay like that. He gonna look at you funny if you're comfortable with that. He comfortable with it. Yeah, but he was living by himself. If you bring your butt in there and you supposed to be feminine and you're okay with that brown leather couch and that lazy boy in the corner he done had for 6 years and you just keep it like that, he gonna start side-eyeing that. And he may or may not say something. He trying to figure out she not gonna try to make it, like a woman living here. He's going to expect you, and this is just a manifestation. This is not the be all end all of a good woman or femininity or any of that. Okay? Let's be clear. Thank you, wouldn't you like to know? So I'm starting to think you broke into my house while I was out. Right, his ketchup in the fridge, he's a hot sauce in there. The milk is questionably 2 days beyond the date there, So if he don't come in here one day and there actually is a duvet set on that bed, you actually did get rid of them little flat pillows and got some real nice pillows, puffy, fluffy pillows. You put a rug right there, okay? That bathroom, we not doing black and white with that one little sad towel. We not doing that. He washing his hands and his body with that same bar of soap. We not doing this. Okay? The kitchen. We got some real dishes in here. Thank you, Eugene. So I have a long day, stressful days, and I'm too tired to cook or clean. A wife can do those things for you. I don't have a wife. I have to eat out here at times where I'm not in a condition to drive to the doctor. Exactly. There's some dishes in here. I put some real curtains up. And if you think I'm sitting on that bread couch, we got nothing. It's nothing coming with that. It's gonna be a woman in here. It's a woman in here. It is a woman in here. He expects you to manifest your femininity in that way. Now, is that every way, all the ways, the pinnacle of the ways? No, it is not. But what he's talking about is the energy she puts in the house. The one type of energy that he does not manufacture. That's the feminine energy. Yeah, y'all be running bath water with dish soap. With dish soap. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I had to stop my husband. Baby, did you just use dish detergent? Yeah, it makes suds. Thank you, Red Stick. We're going to go to a commercial break. And we're going to be back to actually get into the value of good women, where that value actually comes from and what it does.
Hey y'all, Donnie Keith here.
When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your A game.
Here we go again.
Okay. So we back. And thank you guys for hitting the like button. Really appreciate that. Okay. So a woman's value, a good woman's value, a woman who embodies this. Thank you, D. Said, hey, there isn't anything wrong with Dawn in bath water. Her personal market value, her belonging market value, her friendship market value, her sexual market value, and her marriage market value. This are the 5 things that a valuable woman has to embody. Most of this is internal. Well, all of it is, but it's intangible also. It's intangible. Her personal market value is coming from her spiritual value and her health value. We'll get a little bit into that later as we go. But what do men value from women? Often, like I said, we talk about cooking, cleaning, keeping the house, all of that type of stuff. Sometimes that's devalued if he's able to do it himself. And then we talk about the more elusive one, to bring peace. To bring peace. What's bringing peace? When we bring peace, what we're saying is that this is a woman who is acting in a harmonious way with the man's system, order, and structure, such that he becomes confident in her ability to follow and loyalty to his stated vision. I made that up, by the way. I didn't make it up, but you know what I mean. Bringing peace basically means that a woman is acting in a harmonious way within a man's system, order, and structure, such that he becomes confident in her ability to follow and loyalty to his stated vision. What does that entail? Making peace, bringing peace, acting in a harmonious way. Thank you again, Norrin. Easy to overlook, easy to take for granted, easy to devalue. Going back to the clip earlier with Anton. Before I do that, let me say this, because this has been on my mind. What is a housewife? What is a housewife? Is a housewife a woman that just sits around the house? Is a housewife a woman that just sits around the house? Because I think we need to have a little bit of that discussion as well. I think we need to have a little bit of a discussion about what a housewife is. Let me tell you what it really is. When I say housewife, I just mean a woman that doesn't work outside of the house under another man's SOS. Housewife is just a woman that doesn't work outside of work for some other man and underneath his system, order, and structure. Being a housewife doesn't mean you get to sit back and kick your toe up and wait on him to come in so you can complain about all the easy things that didn't happen to you today. That's not a housewife. Our concept of a housewife typically implies that she doesn't have anything to do. And when we're talking about a healthy relationship, she's busy helping and supporting her husband's vision. That's what she's doing. That's her job. So he takes her away from an external job where she dedicates his energy to some other company or man or whatever SOS vision and plan that they got for their business or whatever, and you're taking her away from that and you hire her. You hire her. She now works for you. Whatever it is you're doing, she's working for you. Now I can go back to Anton. Once again, I love you, Anton. But we have to take a look at that. Because he he always talks about what Sharita does. She books his flights. She helps him with her insight. She worked for him. She worked for him. He put her to work because he has a vision. Are y'all having sound issues again? Are there sound issues again? Because I can't hear that. It sounds clear to me. And when I did some sound checks earlier, it sounded clear to me. I know there's a little fan noise from my laptop, but okay. The woman works for him. She works for her husband. She's supposed to be under his system, order, and structure anyway. So that housewife stuff and that concept that she's not doing anything other than cooking and cleaning and that stuff is important too. Because guess what? If a man is super busy, do he have time for that? Do he have time for that? A man who's out there fulfilling his purpose and his vision, do he got time to do 4-5 loads of clothes this weekend? Does he have time? Does he really have time for it? Is he capable physically? Yeah. But does he have time for it? Because see, it's easy to overlook this stuff. But when we don't have it, we see the chaos that actually ensues in our communities and in our family life when the women actually don't do this. So I find it to be somewhat of cap to say that the value that good women bring that is complementary is actually of no value at all, or it is of such little value that it's negligible. It's of such small insignificance that it's, he can do with it, he can do without it. She can be there or she cannot be there. But if she's there and she's not being a valuable woman, that's problematic. So if we can see that there is problems, if we can see that it's problematic when she's not adhering, and we'll talk about what adhering is, then why don't we value it when she is adhering? Women add value to a man when her internal values are intact. This is why I focus so much on the first 5. Not that all 10 are not equally important, but I focus on the first 5 because typically this is what, when we talk about spiritual health, family, appearance, and dwelling, that really is tied intrinsically to a woman's femininity. That's really tied to her femininity. Because if she has her health, her spiritual together, number one, when she has her spiritual together and her health together, guess whose spiritual health she gonna look after? If she looks after her own, guess who else she gonna look after? She gonna start looking after her husband's spirituality. And she's going to start looking after his health. So when Rilla was talking about she's the one to tell you to go to the doctor, ding, 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 ding. I don't need no woman to tell me to go to the doctor. My mama tell me to go to the doctor. That's a woman. Thank you, unsolicited security boss of the Creme Secure. Love it. Great message. Thank you so much. Thank you once again, Norin. Your mother is a woman, and she's doing what? She's using her insight to support. Because men like to do what? I'm okay. We talk about it. We laugh about it. But it's real talk. Men like to be like, I'm all right. And he's not all right. He's the furthest thing from all right. He's way not all right. And he'll look you dead in your eyeball and tell you he all right. He be keeled over and look you dead in your face with a straight face. Talk about he'll be all right. My late husband had to come back and talk to me and tell me and apologize to me. Because well before he actually went to the doctor, about 8 or 10 months prior to that, I was getting on him about it because he was constantly having these headaches and pains. Otherwise a seemingly healthy man. And I said, baby, that's not normal. For you to wake up every day and have to take these strong ibuprofen just to function, that is not normal, beloved. Well, you want me to go with you? You want me to set the appointment? No. Hostile. No. Leave me alone. A couple weeks later, he complained about the headache. You complaining about it to me. Now, as your wife, I need to be looking out for your health. So, I don't know what's wrong with you. You don't know what's wrong with you. But something's wrong. Your body's trying to tell you something wrong with it. Because if that check engine light come on, you going to the mechanic. So your check engine light is on. Let's go to the doctor, baby. You want to go to the doctor today? It's this weekend, what you got going? Because I can make the appointment for you. Do you need? Because these headaches are worrying me. When he finally did go to the doctor and they diagnosed him and all that good stuff, you want to know what they told him? Want to know what they told him? Put one in the chat, you want to know what they told him. Put one in the chat, you want to know what the doctor told him. Doctor told him, if you had to come to us about 6 to 8 months before, we could have caught that kidney failure. Because at least one of your kidneys would have been functioning. We could have caught it. We could have caught your blood pressure. Because that's what the underlying cause was. We could have caught that it was your blood pressure and handled it so that that one remaining kidney could function and recover. And you probably would have had to do dialysis for only like a few months or so to give that kidney a rest so that it could recover itself. The other one was gone. And a couple of years later, he had to sit me down and actually apologize. He's like, I put us in this position. I put my health in this position. I put my family in this position because I didn't pay attention. And all you was trying to do was help me. I was getting mad at you. But all you was really trying to do was help me out, and I should have been listening to that. Now, I didn't rub him in his face, or I never said I told you so, or I never did none of that, because that's just not who I am. And the situation was so serious, and I told you so is really messed up. But I'm saying that to say, you do need women to tell you, go to the doctor. Because we're going to be more concerned about it. Men aren't going to be concerned about it until they start seeing the results. Or if the symptoms are too bad. Then it's like, wait, this real pain. Or this real crazy. I've So I really do need to go to the doctor. And, okay, now I don't need nobody to tell me nothing because I'm not functioning good. Like I said before, the internal value is tied to a woman's femininity. Because when her internal values are intact, she's able to understand her natural role according to how she was created, according to her actual nature, and understanding that her nature is meant to be complementary, not adversarial. Thank you, Red Stick said most men, including myself, will procrastinate when it comes to our person. So true. And listen, I'm not calling it out to say men and this, that, and the third. It's just an observation. Every man in my life has done that to some extent. To some extent, I've watched men in my life that I know be like, nah, I'm okay. And it's cool. The Most High put that in y'all so that y'all can persevere through adversity and challenge even y'all physical adversities and challenges. A woman gets practical cues on how to act within her nature from her spiritual base. Because we're talking about intangible things. But how do we make intangible things be tangible? How do we do that? That's cultural. That's feminine energy. That's something cultural and behavioral. And this is why having your spirituality or your spiritual value intact is so important, because that's actually where you get the code for your behavior. That's where you get that. That's where you get it. I learned how to practically act because Islam tell me to. Islam actually tell me what to do. It's cultural. It's got a culture to it. It's got practical steps to it. Don't raise your voice to your husband. That's a practical. When you must speak to your husband and it's a difficult conversation, sit with him, put your hand in his hand and speak softly. When he needs comforting and emotional support, and there aren't any cliche little words to say, you know what you do? You know what you do? Go in that bedroom with him. And the wives and the women in here understand exactly what I'm talking about. Because your husband be running around here extra irritable, extra annoyed, not very focused. He gets clarity from you. That's why men call it post-orgasm clarity. I'm not going to say, you know what I'm talking about. It's post-clarity. Why does he get clear? Because he's supposed to get clarity from a woman. She gets focus from him. So when he's done with that, you guys are done with that, now he has clarity of his mind. That is something internal. We did something practical so that I could give him some of my energy. That's intangible. I need him to have clarity. I need him to be able to think clearly. And sometimes he can't. I can't go in his brain and make him think. But there is one thing that I can do to give him clarity. Works the other way. When a woman is frazzled, she can't focus on nothing. Everything is just, she can't focus nowhere. She can't really focus her attention anywhere. Thank you, Norrin. Go in the bedroom with her. Because y'all get PNC, we get focus. It actually tames the chaos down so that we can focus. We're vessels, remember? So he poured his masculine energy into it during sex. Okay? This is when she's too chaotic, she just run around the chicken with her head cut off. Like, wow, what did you? It's been 2 days, huh? It's been 2-3 days, huh? Been that long? Life caught up with us, huh? Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm not gonna tell you no more. Once that's done, you think she about to complain about them kids is about to get in order? This house and everything is in divine order now. Because I can focus. Everything in divine order now. But all of this stuff is internal. Her spiritual base has to help her hone these things inside of her. Because if her spiritual value is trash, she's not going to be able to have any of these 5 things together. Because her spiritual value is trash, her personal market, she's going to be a POS. That's number 1. And if she's a POS, her below market value suffer from that. Because she's going to be, unworkable or unlikable or whatever to everybody. So her reputation is not going to be very good. People's experiences of her isn't going to be very good. Her friends are going to reflect how she is because birds of a feather flock together. So her friendship market value is going to be a reflection of her personal market value. What she thinks about herself, that, and then these are the friends, these are the people that she resonate with. A lot of times that translates negatively to her sexual market value. If she got 3 or 4 some friends, she's probably one that sexual market value is suffering. And if those 4 things suffer, she's not going to be marriage material. She's not going to have a high marriage market value. This is why it is so important. Thank you again, Red Sticks. I swear I'm going to remain single till I find Most High to bless me with a Christian secure woman or mindset, hopefully in this lifetime. This sounds like heaven on earth. Thank you so much. She has to have these internal things together or else she can't be valuable. She can't be valuable. This is why I say femininity can't be faked. People think it can be faked. The cooking and cleaning can be faked. I wear nice clothes and I will have perfume. That can be faked because that's just the shell. But you can't fake what's going on inside of you because it's going to come out your mouth. And it's going to come out of your actions. You're not accustomed as a woman to being selfless. If you're not accustomed as a woman to have humility before your Lord, then you don't have humility. A disobedient woman is a woman who is disobedient to her Lord, because that's the first place you learn it. That's the first place you learn discipline. That's where you get it. You get it from your spiritual value. And if she's ignoring her Lord that's got her heart pumping in her chest, that's got the air going in and out of her lungs, that's got her eyes working, that's got her tongue working, that's got her brain working, that blessed her to get up in the morning with her clothed in her right mind. If she can disobey that being, you don't got nothing coming. Period, point blank. This is why the spiritual value is so important. What discipline? She got to be able to obey her Lord when you're not there, when no one's there. It's Ramadan. I'm fasting. I can't prove that to nobody, because you can't watch me. I can sit here and tell you I'm fasting and been ate a hamburger before the live stream, but I'm fasting, and Allah know I'm fasting. And if there was no one around, if I was in the middle of a desert by myself with no one to report to, Allah is watching, I'm fasting. Discipline, obedience, humility. She get that from her spiritual value. If she can't do it outside of you in any area of her life, she's not going to do it with you in any area of your life. Thank you, Philip J. Said, stop it through the support. Thank you so much. That spiritual component is number 1 on the 10 life values chart for a reason. For a reason. It is not number 1 haphazardly or through luck of the draw. Just because it looked good sitting up there first. That's not why it's first. Like I said, if she can't give thanks through obedience and discipline to her Lord, and he got her life literally, he got control whether she breathed the next minute or not, you paying a bill not gonna inspire it. You jumping up to protect her, not gonna inspire it. You taking a bullet for her, not gonna inspire it. Because she not even inspired by the very being who can right now say, nope, this your time, it's up, come on. Pay no heed to it. We cannot ignore a woman's spiritual value. That's the value she brings. Because if she come to you with those things intact, you do more than survive. You actually thrive. She actually pushes you further and further. Thank you, Ines. Said great words. Sis. I'm very appreciative of your dedication you have for fixing your people. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you, Karen, for showing support. Your words of saving men's lives. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is what I be talking about femininity. And I'm talking to the ladies. This is what I'm talking about. This is why everybody that has ever come to me for any type of counseling or consultation, coaching, whatever, I'm always talking about spiritual value first. Your spirit first. Get that in order first. You gotta have some type of connection and understanding of that. It can't be fly by night. It can't be something you pick up and put there. It can't. That has to be an everyday part of your everyday life. That is how you learn how to put intangible things into tangible work. Faith without works is dead. People need to start getting a grasp of what that actually means. How to take something as intangible as faith and make it a work. Because the real news, the real valuable woman is not only pushing her husband to the success of this world, she's pushing him and herself to the success of the next world. That's why she look after your spiritual value as well as hers. She want to see you right with the Most High. Because if you ain't right with the Most High, you ain't going to be right with her. I don't think we understand this marriage thing. I don't think we get it. Because men don't have an authority higher than them in this world. They don't. Man can, you try to make a court system or whatever, but masculinity holds authority. And the only thing that holds authority over him is his Lord. And if he gonna obey or disobey his Lord in matters all over his life, he gonna disobey his Lord in the matter of me and in the matter of our children. And I can't be safe with him. And it is part of my duty as his wife to remind him should he forget. That's why I was breaking down Will and Jada's marriage the way I was. That's protection, though, it's not. You're supposed to be looking out for his spirit. You're supposed to be looking out for his health. And you're supposed to be getting him some A game. Some A game. Some A game. This is the health portion. Remember what I was talking about? He irritable. Take him in the bedroom. Not before this. Take him in the bedroom about an hour after you hand him this. I told you. This A game is the truth. And you really will be looking after his health, because if this is herbal, this is natural. 21 herbs without any artificial ingredients. So you really are looking after his health. He's not going to look at it and see all these scientific names and no one knows what that substance is. So if you want to know how to get on your A game, what these herbs are, and all of that wonderful stuff, all you got to do is click the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com. And please do not forget your 10% discount, because that's how you're going to get this box of awesomeness delivered to you ASAP, so everybody can be on their A game. Okay? I want to thank everybody for coming through, for your generous contributions, for the contribution of your time, for the contribution of your energy, your likes, Thank you so much. And a big old warm thank you to my support team, without which I cannot bring you content. So a warm thank you to you all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.